you doing? So I'm back playing the Yu Yu Hakusho Dating Sim demo by Lola1B. There was kind of a part 1 to this. I'll go ahead and link that up above. And basically I just introduced myself to all 4 boys. In this demo you can only have a full date with Yusuke. The other boys, they only go so far before the game shuts off. So I'm going to go ahead and load my game. And we're going to go back and visit with Yusuke. Now, let's see what happens. It may be good to speak with the former spirit detective and learn more about the job. With that in mind, you head towards the ramen shop. Yusuke likely will still be there. It's rather early when you get there. It looks like Yusuke's just setting up for the day and there are no other patrons. Really? I'm sorry, Lola. You sit down on one of the stools. He gives you a quick smile as he turns on his appliances and shuffles about with his ingredients. He plops a giant bag of noodles on the counter and tears the package open. Store-bought goods, why not make your own? Can I get some breakfast? Yeah, sure, what do you want? He seems a bit irritated. Maybe he had a bad start to the day? You seem a little irritated, something wrong? He sighs. Listen, I know you mean well, but I have enough people hanging around my head. I was just curious, don't need to be a jerk. I'll try to be nice. Sorry, you're right, I won't pry into your life. Sorry too, shouldn't have snapped, just annoyed today. You give him your order for breakfast and he begins to prepare it. The smells are wonderful, and with it being so early in the morning, there's no distractions for you or for him. It's a good time to ask about his time as spirit detective. Maybe you'll learn something useful. Oh no, 4 choices. Ask him, oh man, this is going to be like the Kurama one. I'm not going to make the right choice. Ask him how he became the spirit detective, which means I might end up having to do this multiple times. Ask him how he became a spirit detective. Ask him what it was like being a spirit detective. Ask him why he stopped being a spirit detective. I don't have any more questions I want to ask. Oh good, the 4th one. How he became a spirit detective. I'm going to ask him what it was like. Oh well, that's a whole story. He chuckled and shook his head. Being spirit detective was sure a chore. I got into a lot of fights, and not all of them were to protect human worlds. Some just sucked me in, like the Dark Tournament. So you were sort of all over the place. How did you get anything done? Hey, I made it work. How did you become a spirit detective? Well, that's a fun story, actually. I died. Car hit me. Stupid kid in the road was about to be roadkill, and I decided it should be me instead. What? That's so stupid. That's not fun. Why would you even do that? He shrugged. I don't know, man. I wasn't thinking. I just acted. I still don't get why Koema chose someone as dumb as me for this job. Why'd you stop being spirit detective? He rubbed the back of his neck, looking away from you. That's a whole story that I don't really feel like getting into right now. Sorry. Oh, come on. Tell me. I understand. Another time then? Yeah, maybe. He smiled at you, thankful for your restraint. No more questions for now. With no more questions to ask, you busied yourself by eating the delicious meal Yusuke set before you. Unfortunately, you couldn't ask any more in-depth questions, even if you wanted to, as by the time you were nearing the end of your breakfast, more patrons showed up. You learned a bit about the former spirit detective, but maybe the other guys have something more they can tell you? Am I supposed to visit them all a second time? Because I know I can't go a third. From the files we've read about the 4 guys, it was quite apparent that Kurama was the wisest. He was a valuable asset when it came to learning about your role. Armed with some questions, you head back to the park. Were you sure you'd find him again? Here he was again, in the park by the rose bushes. This time he was on his knees, digging through the weeds. It was still early, so not too many people loitered about. In fact, it seemed like the 2 of you were the only ones here at the moment. He notices you as you approach and gives you a smile. Reiko, good morning. You respond back with a quick good morning. Ask him some questions about being a spirit detective. The bench is nearby, so you sit down as he tends to the plants. I wanted to ask you a few questions about being a spirit detective. Of course, though I believe it would be more beneficial to speak to Yusuke as he was the detective. I spoke to him already, actually. You help Yusuke, so your expertise is also valuable. Fair enough. He set his gardening tools down. Did he even need them, or were they for show? He went to sit beside you on the bench just as you had sat together when you first met. He was much closer now, though. His eyes roamed the garden, surveying the area as if on the lookout for eavesdroppers. Tell me then, Reiko, what do you wish to know from my perspective? How did you end up helping Yusuke? How did you balance your personal life with the work? How can demons be helpers of spirit? How did you end up helping Yusuke? How did you meet? He beamed at the question. Clearly the question brought back good memories. Yusuke is a wonderful friend. When my mother was ill, I stole from Spirit World in order to cure her. I would too, to save my mom. His smile grew. Then you understand. I had to commit a crime to save her. I am not proud, but I am glad. Yusuke was sent after me to get the item I stole and to bring me to justice. His eyes sparkled as he said his next words. Rather than bring me in and confiscating the item, he allowed me to use it. He shook his head slowly, his eyes closing for a moment as he recalled the past. No more than that. He helped me use it so I would not die doing so. Oh, no, more than that. He helped me use it so I wouldn't die in doing so. It is thanks to him that I and my mother are alive. So he helped a thief? Kurama chuckled. Yes, he did. How did you balance your personal life with work? How did you balance your personal life with the work of a spirit detective's helper? It was difficult. School was easy enough to fool. I would call in sick or find other excuses. Because my grades remained excellent, I was not questioned. The hardest was my mother. His expression became shadowed. I am not proud of having lied to her or the other things I have done to keep a secret life from her. What did you do to your mother? I'm sure she'd understand. That is kind of you to say. His expression did not change, but you sensed some of the tension leave his body. I truly hope she would, but I will never tell her what I have done, so I will never know whether she'd forgive me. She's still your mother. I'm sure she loves you. He perked up a little at your words, sitting up straighter, but he did not say more. How can demons be helpers of spirit detectives? I thought it's spirit detective's job to hunt demons. He let out a chuckle. Yes, it used to be so. Your job is much different from Yusuke's just a few short years ago. Too much has happened politically to explain why and how. Now, I like politics. Maybe you can teach me. He let out another chuckle. His eyes seemed to be smiling too. I assure you it is rather dull, but I could explain when we have more time. No more questions for now. Thanks for answering. I think that's all for now. Thanks for answering my questions, Kurama. He smiled at you. You are most welcome. I hope I have added to the information you received from Yusuke already. You thanked him again. He stood with you and gave you a curt nod as a goodbye before he returned to pruning the flower beds. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do a quick save. Yeah, I want to overwrite that. Okay. Go back. Because I think if I go back a third time... Yeah, see, okay. Roll back. Yeah, okay. Can I visit Kuwabara again? I can! You said to go look for Kuwabara. Last time you met in the streets, so you go there. Find him. In the middle of a fight! He's punching and taking punches equally in a big brawl of a dozen guys. Don't interfere. He can handle this. He's going easy on them. Keep quiet by a doorway and watch as the guys beat on each other. Strangely, they don't seem to be doing it out of anger. Were they having fun? Just fighting? Confused, you watch as the guys wave lazily to each other and nursing their bruised faces wander off. Kuwabara turns to you and smiles a little, the blood from his nose pooling around his lips. Sorry, this fight wasn't a real one. Letting off steam? He grinned at you. Yeah, I gotta get him knocked in the head once in a while to ground myself. Those guys were fighting. Half is my old gang, friends I still keep in contact with. The other half's a rival gang from when we were kids. We're above that now, but sometimes. You need to feel some pain to know you're alive, right? He beamed at you, then stepped over to you. He was quite tall in comparison to you. Heck yeah, you spent as much time as I did fighting as a kid. You feel lost if you can't take a punch once in a while. Between school and jobs and all that crap, you gotta go back to the basics to survival, you know? You nod. I can understand that. He stretched his arms over his head, letting out a groan, then shifted his shoulders and back to produce a loud popping sound. He had blood on his face, but it wasn't too much. Bruises, too. Offered to spar with him. He let out an awkward chuckle and reached up to rub the back of his head. I would, but it's not that you're a girl, but it's different fighting with people, you know. It's more like a game then. It's fun. And I should get these cuts of mine fixed before I go to work tomorrow. I might end up get weird stares. Do you have a doctor who can heal up your wounds? He nodded. Her name's Yukina, and she's the sweetest thing in the world. Your girlfriend? He laughed again and shook his head. I was in love with her. I still love her in a different way. But she's different. She wants different things than me. So we're friends. Good ones, but nothing more. It's good you can stay friends with her. Yeah. He perked up suddenly. Actually, you should meet her. If you're ever in trouble, she'll fix you right up. Sure. He grins wide and claps you on the shoulder. Great! I'll give you her phone number, or the place she's staying at. You should visit her, too. Maybe we can go together. You nod. That could be good. Having a healer on hand would be useful. Kuwabara seems to trust this Yukina. Alright, so I'll call you maybe next week. We can see about visiting the best healer in the world together. You nod. With that, the two say goodbyes and you head back on home. If I had offered to take the cat in, we would have had a conversation about that. Let's go visit Hiei one last time. You decide to seek Hiei out. He's elusive, mysterious, perhaps dangerous. He might have a unique perspective on the job of spirit detective, as he was forced to work with Yusuke after capture. At least he may have a different perspective than the other guys, who seem eager to help. But finding Hiei first was a challenge. You wandered through the forest for a long time. Eventually the sun began to set behind the trees, when off in the distance you saw a shadow looming among the canopy. Why are you hiding in the forest? Do you not have a place to stay while you're in human world? You could see him scoff. He leaned against the tree, making himself comfortable. I've seen you pester the others with foolish questions. I only have a few questions. You have a different perspective on the job. Huh, you could say that. But why are you really searching me out? Because I want to bang you in the treetops. That's why. To ask questions, like I said. Okay, fine, I have an ulterior motive. Fine, I have an ulterior motive to come to you. That seemed to have caught his attention. He sat up, staring down at you with his big red eyes. I want to know more about demons. I want to know more about demons, he scoffed. So questions after all. I'm not your subject of study. Find some other low-level demon to dissect. You didn't learn much, but he didn't seem to be in the mood to talk more. With no other choice, you turned and left the forest. I asked the wrong question. Damn, I can't go back a third time. Shoot. Can I? Let's go ahead and save, just in case. Yes. Turn. Nope. Too bad. Time to go visit Yusuke. You decide to seek out Yusuke once more. He can still offer some help to you. Besides, there's something compelling about him. You head back to the ramen stand. He is there, as before, serving food to his patrons. You sit down on an empty stool. He flashes you a bright smile and goes back to cooking. By the time you choose something to eat, he's already cleaning up after his previous customers, leaving you alone at the stall. Whew! Oh, ask about one of the other guys. Ask why he's no longer spirit detective. Ask out on a date! I don't think we're ready for that. Let's ask about one. You decide to ask him about his opinion on the other guys. You decide to try to ask Yusuke about one of the other guys. Ask about Kurama. Can you tell me more about Kurama? He seems very polite. Oh yeah, super polite guy. As long as you stay on his good side, he's still the only friend I've ever had who gave me nightmares when he wasn't angry at me. He's got a lot of secrets, being a demon and all. How does he handle living in human world with all those secrets? Yusuke pulled a face and tapped on his chin with his fingers and thought. You know, he really cares about his mom. Those secrets still chase him, but as long as he's got her love and our support, he can be whoever he wants. He looked back at you with a grin. He's a swell guy, just complicated is all. You decide to ask Yusuke about one of the other guys. Ask about Kuwabara. What can you tell me about Kuwabara? Yusuke thought for a moment, tapping his chin. He's an idiot. You pull a face. Are these guys supposed to be friends? Yusuke grins at your reaction. With a heart of gold, of course. He was there for me from the start, which is why he's an idiot. He's got into all this crap with me and nearly died, all because he had some rival grudge against me. Yusuke's grin turned softer and genuine. He's a great friend. A little rough, a little dense, but you won't find better. You decide to ask Yusuke about one of the other guys. Ask about Hiei. What can you tell me about Hiei? Yusuke let out a whistle. Whew. Oh man, a lot, but also next to nothing. He's the kind of guy you need to get to know real well yourself to form an opinion. On the outside he looks like a jerk, but he's got a heart underneath all that bravado. Is he close to anyone? Yusuke tapped his chin. Well, yeah, it's a secret though. Sort of an open secret, really. I suppose Koema might end up telling you anyway. He might send you to Genkai's after all. You blinked in confusion, not sure how the two relate. He's friends with Genkai? Yusuke shook his head rather enthusiastically. No, it's the girl living at Genkai's right now, Yukina. She's Hiei's, You said Lord Koema would tell me regardless. He rubbed the back of his neck, looking away. See, she's his sister. She doesn't know, though, but he does. She's a healer. She might be helping you if you need medical attention. So it's possible you run into Hiei lurking around her as well. Anyway, he waved his hand dismissively. You didn't hear it from me. You decided to ask Yusuke about one of the other guys. No more questions for now. Ask why he's no longer spirit detective. You remember back to the previous conversation you had. Yusuke had been skittish about how he stopped being spirit detective. Ask him about it. Yusuke, if you don't mind, last time you didn't tell me why you stopped being spirit detective? He was vigorously cleaning the counter when you spoke up. His movement slowed as his eyes shifted to you. Yeah, that's a story, one I don't think I can really tell you in detail yet, or the little man upstairs might get upset. Something about spirit world secrets, all that. But basically, he glanced around to make sure no one was in earshot, then leaned on the counter to get close to you. Long story short, by no fault of my own, and I know it sounds suspicious, but I swear it's true, I was fired, pretty violently, by the big man on top, Koema's daddy. Ordered a whole hit squad for me. As you can see, though, I'm fine and alive. pulled away with a smile, and returned to washing the counter. That sounds worrying. Could you be at risk of this kind of thing? Seemingly reading your mind, he let out a soft laugh and reached out his hand to place on top of yours. Hey, relax. Kawama does better background checks now. You won't have the same happen to you. Quickly retracts his hand, but the feeling of its warmth remains on yours for a while after. Let's train together. He blinked at you in shock. Train with me? I'd smoke your ass. He shook his head, still chuckling. Sorry, I don't want to beat on a little girl like you. I'm hardly little. He smiled at you. When you're tougher, come back with me on this. For now, I gotta say no. Well, I guess I'll order some food. You order some food, and Yusuke throws in an extra packed snack for you as well. I guess I'll ask him on a date. He rubbed the back of his neck and looked away awkwardly. Look, I bet you're a cool gal, but I don't think that's a good idea right now. Okay, so that's all I had to say. Thanks. Alright, see ya. Okay, so I haven't done it right. You're at home. What's your plan? Meet with Yusuke again? Let's see what we're doing here. I did all those. Did I not do this right? Is that it? Is that it? Because it keeps... I mean, I guess I can ask for a date again. That's it. That's all I got. I can't go any further. I don't know what I did wrong. Or if there's anything after this. I'm sure Lola will tell me if I didn't do it in the right order. But maybe it's because I asked him again why he's not Spirit Detective. And he didn't really want to tell me. I think that's it. I think that's it. That's all I got. Yeah, see, I can't... Oh, I can visit Kuwabara again? Oh, I say Kuwabara after all he seems like a good guy and he knows... But... The kittens where their mom nested nearby. There was one other person in the pet clinic with you two, and he smiled to greet you. Kuwabara looked up to see you had come, and his face split into a wide grin. Hey, it's Reiko! He stood, brushed himself off, detached from one particularly clingy kitten from his leg, and stepped out of the enclosure to properly greet you. What surprise! Wait! His face grew serious for a moment. You're not here to drag me to some adventure like Urameshi used to, are you? His grin expression betrayed a layer of anxiety, a light sheen of nervous sweat appearing on his face. No, I'm just here to talk to you, is all. He blinks, then seems to visibly relax, his shoulders easing, his expression mellowing out. Sorry, old habit. Urameshi would drag me through so much crap. If you want to talk, maybe let's go for a walk. You agree, and the two of you set out for a walk down the street. Oh, okay. Ask to be boyfriend. Ask about spending time out. Okay. Alright, okay. Wow, there's actually a lot of content in this. Okay. Ask about one. You decide to seek out... What? How did I end up to Hiei? Did I break it? Did I break it? Did I break it? I broke it. I want to know about Demon World. You could swear there was a tiny scent of a smile on Hiei's face. So you're interested in the Demon World, why don't you get to Yusuke to take you there? You learn better by doing. Didn't learn much, but he seemed to be in the mood to talk more. I left the forest. Okay, did I break it? I broke the game. See, when I clicked that, it took me to Hiei. Ask about time spent helping Yusuke. It takes me to Hiei. Okay, no, go back. Ask about his family. Nope, it keeps taking me to Hiei. Not that I don't love Hiei, but ask to be your boyfriend. No, it keeps taking me back to Hiei. Is this a sign? Okay, let's go. Let's reload. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so that's broken. That's broken. And it let me visit with Kuwabara again, and it had new stuff, but every time I pick anything, time spent helping you. Yeah, it keeps going back to Hiei. Oh, okay. Well, why are you hiding the forest? I have an ulterior motive. I'm just gonna... I want to train with you. His eyes closed and he smirked devilishly. Of course you would, but I don't have time to babysit. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. I don't know what I did wrong, or maybe that's just the way it is. If I did something wrong, I'm sure Lola will tell me. This was fun. It definitely shows you how the actual game is going to be, and it shows that you really do have to make the right choices to get any kind of progress. Like, there's a chance that you could piss them off, and there's a chance that you could make them happy. So I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the main menu. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. And thank you so much for watching. This was, again, a lot of fun. And Lola, I'm very impressed. This is very, very fun. And I can't wait to see what more you do with it. She told me she's considering maybe bringing other cast members in. You know, there's all kinds of possibilities. And this will be a full, like, dating game. So, like, and, you know, progress will be made, like, up to the point of, like, you know, intimacy. So yeah, that's gonna be in there. You know, just refer back to the Kurama ones that I did. So I'm excited. I really, really, really want to see more of this, and so I will, you know, go support Lola, go follow her on her socials. You know, that's all right here. Just, you know, support, give love, spread the word, play it yourself, whatever it is you want to do. I am excited, and I can't wait to see the full one come out. So, alright, thanks for watching if you did. I hope I did it right. I don't know. I think I broke it. No, alright, thanks for watching, and thanks for all the support and new subscribers. If you subscribe for this kind of content, thank you. I also play The Sims, and I also will be doing stuff in The Sims 4 with Yu Yu Hakusho styled Sims. So, you know, you want more Yu Yu content? I'll be doing that at some point too. So, thanks again, and bye-bye. See you later.